I take off Wednesday afternoons. It's a recurring appointment in my calendar that nobody can book, that even if the world is burning down, I will not cancel. Why? Because this is my creative time. This is when I sit down and I block out my time for creativity. Do I always feel like being creative on a Wednesday afternoon? Oh, hell no, I don't. There are some days where I would literally rather stick a pin in my eye than find my creative juices. This is the nature of our energy flow and our energy rhythms. But if you make this a habit, like that whole stupid exercise metaphor, the muscles get stronger, it becomes easier and easier and easier for you to say, hello brain, hello body, now we are going to be creative. That muscle, those neurons, they fire faster and easier, and it becomes quicker for you to get into creative mode and start making it happen. If you make a habit of this, you make it a ritual, you make it a non-negotiable, your content, guys, the stuff that comes out of your head and your mouth is your money. These are your assets. These are the things that you sell. This is your unique IP that only you have, only you produce. If you are not producing this stuff, you have nothing to sell. You don't have an asset. You have nothing to attract people, to entertain people, to inform people, to inspire people, to bring people into your world. You have nothing that you're leading with that's going to create followers. So this time for creativity is the most important time of your week. It is what's making you rich at the same time as what's giving you purpose, at the same time is what's fulfilling your calling in your life, and importantly at the same time as what's changing people's lives. If you're not creating and taking out of here and out of your heart and out of your mouth and putting out into the world, what are you doing here? This is why you're here. This is the magic. This is the thing that only you have. You cannot get a virtual assistant to speak for you, think for you, interpret what you love and what you're passionate about in your own way. This is the one thing I do not outsource, is my voice, my message, my way of explaining things. Because even if every single one of you here and every other person in the world borrowed my crazy big earrings that I always wear, followed my scripts, wore my clothes and my undies, and said exactly the same thing as me in exactly the same marketing, we would still attract completely different people, because you're you and I'm me. We see the world differently, we explain it differently, we express it differently, we have different personalities, we have different tones of voice, and so we and only we can do that. And it's so important you schedule that time, and it's so important that you make it non-negotiable, and it's so important that you kick yourself up the beehive when you sit there and go, oh, I just don't feel like it today, I'll do it next week. This is your business, this is why you're here. Do not let yourself get out of it. It's not easy all the time. And if it was, everyone would be doing it, right? The people who succeed are those stubborn, committed, dedicated people who just do it anyway.